Hey, what is going on, you guys? It's James from James Gentiles, and I've been gone for a while. Not really gonna get into that in this video. We can talk about it in another video, but there's some new things going on in the reptile room. I don't know if you guys can see that. I think you can, or at least hear it. I'm sure you can hear it. I got a couple more fish tanks. Again, not what this video is about, but something I did get that I want to show you guys, and it kind of leads into where I'm going with the reptile room, is I got an ant colony. Not that I'm going into ants, but just a little freshen up, try something new, try something fun. A lot of the animals I work with are extremely easy to breed, or I've just been doing them for a long time. Not that you can, I mean, you can breed ants, but for the sake of this video, getting the queen to lay eggs is going to be getting them to breed. So I believe they are carpenter ants. The buying and selling of ant queens has only been legal in California for like the last 2 years. I've had them a couple times, and I just never had success getting the queen to have babies. At one point I had one that was just a queen, didn't work out, never laid babies, never had eggs. And the second time had a couple workers, and just eventually they all died off. They're now legal in California, and someone had them at a booth, and their handle, Instagram, is planted ants. I have to be 100% honest, they're not the most reliable people. I loved the product. They gave me a good discount because I was also a vendor at the expo. Never replied to my Instagram messages. Seen them after like a week or two and still never replied. And they showed up like 2 hours late, like the second day of the expo. And their only reason was they overslept. But super nice guys, super knowledgeable. If you're watching this, you know, lots of respect for you, man, but you got to be a little bit more reliable. Customer service is a huge thing for what we're doing here. But I've got some carpenter ants, and I'm going to take a lot of footage, so hopefully you guys can see them. But I'm also going to try not to disturb them too much. So what we got going on is we have a 3D printed enclosure with acrylic, a nectar feeder, also 3D printed, and I have a little bit of dirt. It's ABG, but it's just the dirt part because ants don't need charcoal and all that. I also have some of their seeds. I'm not gonna pretend like I know their wheat seeds or whatever. I don't know. And the ants seem to be doing fine. They have a chamber they keep the food in. The queen's obviously the bigger one. And I got her with, I swear she had 5 workers. But when I transferred her in, I only saw 4. And I don't know how I could have lost the 5th one. I swear I hand counted them as they went in. Maybe I was just mistaken. There was only 4. We're at the point where one of those 4 is finally looks like he's kicking the dust. Very unfortunate. There was one point where she laid like 10 eggs, and I was like, this is it. She's finally doing it. I was so scared. The dude had told me like give her a week and she'll start laying. And then we were like a week and a half in, and I was just stressing because of past failures, which is really just keeping it real with you guys. Like, I don't always keep everything the best. I've had failed projects. We can do a video on that in the future if anyone wants. And the ants aren't really an investment anyway, so if they fail, it would suck. I spent like $160, $170 on them, so it would suck. But that was with all the 3D printed stuff. But we have one worker that looks like he's dying, one that's pupated, looked like a white ant, and now is slowly turning brown, so I'm assuming he's gonna wake up any day now and be an ant. She had 2 pupa that were, you know, a little bit behind that first one. I just looked, I'm sure you can see it on the video, but I can only see 1 at this time. And it does look like she has 2 or 3 other eggs next to the worker that looks like he's about ready to, I don't want to say hatch because he's not encapsulated anything, but become alive, animate himself. I'm not sure. I'm really just, I want her to get like 10 to 15. I feel like once she has that little cushion, I'll feel a lot better. But I just keep a business card over the tunnel area to keep it dark. I'm not 100% sure. I should Google it. I'm sure Google will give me the answer. The red acrylic, they know when I take the business card off, so they know when light comes in. I just don't know if they can see through the red acrylic as much, but they definitely know when light comes in. And if I don't, I try my best not to look at them for a few days. I try my best not to be too super loud. They just sit on my desk, kind of under a shelf where it's dark, and I'm hoping that they do better than they are in the future, because, you know, we lost an ant and we almost have an ant. So we're not even at 1-to-1 ratio yet, which is stressful. But I know in the future we'll do better, and I'm just waiting for her to lay like 15, 20. It is unfortunate that I had 3D printed more ant nests before I even had these, just because I knew I was going to get another one. And I almost fell out of love with the idea, or that I wasn't going to do it, and I got rid of them. And of course I gave my 3D printer to a friend because I just didn't have time for it, and I wasn't using it as much as I could. And I had a buddy who wanted it, and I said, hey, it's not a very expensive one, you can totally have it, have all the filament, knock yourself out. So unfortunately we don't have that anymore, but you know, I can always buy another one. I would love to, you know, have a couple on my desk, hang one on the wall, do something fancy with it, right? But anyway, these are gonna be my carpenter ants, and hopefully I can give you guys lots of videos of them in the future. I'm not gonna be like Ants Canada where I have 15 different species and I do all sorts of crazy stuff, but I think it's gonna be kind of cool for you guys to see and watch the progression along with me, and hopefully we don't lose them. If, like I said, keeping it totally real, if the ants die and I can't get her to lay enough eggs, then it is what it is. You guys saw it here. I'm gonna try to do videos more. I did upgrade my MorphMarket account from basic to standard. If you don't know what that means, basic is like $20 a month and you can post up to 30 animals. Standard is $50 a month and you can post up to 100 animals. And there is a cap of how much money. Like if I say a snake's $500, well, my limit's only X $1,000, so I can only put so many. It raises that limit a lot too, and it also raises pictures. So instead of 2 to 3 pictures, I think it used to be 2, they moved it to 3. I can do up to 5 pictures. And if you know anything about MorphMarket, you know they just got bought out. And the guy is kind of funny on Facebook. He's got some fun memes. Some of them are just kind of stupid. But anyway, if you're watching this far into the video and you know, still are subscribed to me, or you were just curious about ants, if you go to my MorphMarket and you email me about any of the geckos on there, it's going to be buy one half off of the same species. So if you want a crested gecko, buy one get one half off. Just tell me you watched this video, and we'll have to do it within like a certain date. Like today is like May 19th, so do it by June 19th. Tell me you saw this video on YouTube, and I will give you buy one half off. Buy one get one half off on anything that's the same species. With that being said, I appreciate you guys watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. All that definitely helps out. I'm really excited to kind of get back into it. I was really hard pressed for a while, and I kind of want to just do it less stress, less worries, if that makes sense. And that kind of is reflecting with, like, I got fish tanks, I got an ant farm. I'm not worried about as much as I was, or I'm trying not to be. So, thank you guys for watching, and I will catch you probably next week.